Hello, welcome. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Actually, let me pull this mic up closer. This is a new setup, you guys. So, no judging, open mind. Yes. Okay. So we are today going to do, and I keep thinking of the camera's up there. It's right here. We today are going to do Cancer season horoscopes, and it is best if you know your rising sign because that's what I'm going off of. If you don't know your rising, you can Google it. However, you have to have. I'm looking up there again. You have to have the time of your birth. Okay, for this to work, you can check your sun, moon sign too, because my mom is the same as my rising, and when I do this and she talks, I'm like, oh crap, what's going on? Also, I'm at home. It's a Saturday. Okay, so I got my cousin in the background and my daughter, and they're here, and I'm in the living room, so I'm kind of like in their business. So we're going to get started. Before we get started, I have some announcements. I have my newsletter. Please sign up for that. It gives you the weekly transits, and also there's some other divination tools on there. Also, check out my previous video I just did, which will go with this video perfectly. I did Cancer season transits for the collective, and you'll understand everything in a whole, and it really coincides with this video. Also, I have a podcast, and it talks about the current climate in the sky. I am new to the podcast world, so I hope you enjoy it. Well, not I hope, I know that you will enjoy this podcast, especially if you're into astrology, the current events. I talk about pop current events and also political, whatever is the vibe in the sky. I connect it to astrology. I also teach you astrology, and there's some tarot involved as well. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the YouTube way. I don't even know why I have to put that or say that, because everyone should know that, but it does help you, remind you. Please thumbs up if you got something out of this video, if you enjoyed this video, if you love astrology, if you love astrologers, if you love tarot, because I'm going to pull some tarot as well. And then we have, these are the transits, which I discussed in detail in my last video. So check that out after you check out this, and that is for the collective, but it really also deals with you. It has all of the transits all the way for Cancer season, and then I'll do Leo season on the 22nd. Okay, and then also too, I want you to look out for my next video, which is going to be everything Cancer. If you want to know anything about a Cancer, if you're dating a Cancer, if your mom's in Cancer, if you're just like everyone else dealing with Cancer season, or you just want to learn about Cancer, period, because you don't have to know a Cancer to want to learn about it. All that will be there. I want to check my sound, make sure. Oh, I realize now I'm using a better mic. So apologies that the sound wasn't a quality. Now it should be a quality. Let's get into your horoscopes. I already explained everything you need to know about the horoscopes. Oh, also, I want to say we're doing the sun. So this is going to talk about everything where your sun is placed for Cancer season. And it's going to be placed in a house, and it's going to be placed in there the whole Cancer season. So when it's Leo season, your sun's moving to a different house. Okay, so just for all the people who are new to astrology, just so you know, and this is based off your rising. Again, you can look at your sun and moon. That might resonate with you. Also, I'm going to do tarot for each placement, not for each placement, but for each rising or zodiac sign. So that will help you. If you don't know your rising, you can get something just by the tarot reading. Okay, I want to my desk is not big enough here. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to do Cancer first. And ooh, yeah, that worked out lovely. Okay, so Cancer, your sun is in the first house, and you will be recharged. This is, for my Cancer risings, you're going to be recharged, and you will become more concerned with personal matters, because the first house, also, this is like a new year for you. Okay, every time it's Cancer season, Cancer risings, this is almost like a birthday for you. You have went through a whole year of the zodiac sign, and now you're starting over with whole new life lessons. But the sun is shining bright in the first house, so it's a matter of yourself, your ego, your personality, your appearance. All that is the focus for this Cancer season. And you're going to have this centered energy, and it's almost like the ego. It's all about yourself because the sun is the source of all energy, and it's also in the first house. So it's going to be a main drive for self-awareness. Okay. Also, if you want to take care of business, you have the confidence with this energy. It's very high confidence. Sun is shining bright, a flashlight on your confidence with this. Let's see what else we have. With this transit, you may have some marital problems. I know I was saying it seems all positive because you're dealing with the self and you're really focused on yourself, and it's conflicting that 7th house where you're going to have a full moon in that 7th house. Your Pluto is in that 7th house, so you'll probably already had some issues dealing with one-on-one problems, marital problems, personal relationships, one-on-one relationships. Could be a spouse, a business partner, not a sibling. What else? A love interest could be more marital. What else? Business. Who else am I thinking with the 7th house? Just very close, intimate relationships. There may be some issues here because you're really about yourself and you're thinking about yourself. Try not to be too selfish, but the 30 days is really focused on that energy, and Pluto is there. So it's there, and it's going to, if you see Pluto in that 7th house, it's also in retrograde. It's retrograde, not in retrograde, but it's retrograde, and it's in the sign of Capricorn. So there's some structure and some limits. As a collective, that's more dealing with the government and power, but internally, there's structure and limits with yourself. And it's going through the house of relationships. Okay. So just be aware of that. Once you're aware, you can act accordingly. It's almost like, I'm going to speak for myself. If I'm going through PMS, once I know I'm PMSing, I'm like, okay, chill, Danyell. You're just PMSing. Okay. June 28th, the sun is going to trine Saturn. And again, Saturn is also in retrograde. There are Saturns in the 9th house. This is going to happen at 6:43 p.m. So you're not going to really feel it in the daytime. It's going to come more in the evening. It's very positive because now you're talking about anything trine is natural. It naturally happens for you, and the energy and God and the universe is all on your side. So the sun trines Saturn. Your ego is working really naturally with boundaries. We're dealing with the 9th house. So this could be doing with boundaries with traveling. So maybe if you couldn't travel somewhere, this is a time that you will be traveling. Are you going to respect the structure? You're going to respect the rules. It's all going to naturally work out for you. Everything dealing with the 9th house is also philosophy and law. So anything dealing with law. Now, June 30th, you have the 1st house. The sun is going to conjunct Mercury. And Mercury is going to be in the heart of the sun, and that's called a cazimi. Anything in the heart of the sun is called a cazimi, and it's way just strong, okay? And the sun is shining bright on Mercury, on the way you think and how you communicate. Things are going to be very logical. You may have some great news. You may have some good news coming your way. You may be making an announcement. Whatever it is, it's going to be very clarity thinking when it comes to your goals. July 3rd, we have the full moon in Capricorn. And that happens at 4:39 a.m. And your moon is in the 7th house, again, with personal relationships. And the moon and the sun are opposing. They're complete opposites. I'm trying to show you here. They're in complete opposites. And that means that they're not agreeing. Okay, they're like, wait, no, what about me? And then the other side is like, what about me? The ego is you and your masculine energy, and the moon is your feminine energy and your emotions. So you have the outward external energy fighting with your inside internal energy, and you're opposing. You're like, oh, here it is, my relationships with it. But then again, what about me? Be aware with that with the full moon, and it also brings very emotional times. Now, the new moon, which will be in your 1st house, that's going to come towards the end, and it's very positive. And the new moon is about manifesting everything dealing with the self, okay? Everything dealing with your personal self, your new habits, the new way you're expressing yourself. Whatever, if you're trying to do a makeover, if you're trying to appear differently, your personality, all that manifests some goals with that energy. And then what else do we have? Sun sextiles Uranus And do I have the date for that? July 3rd, I think. No, it's not July 3rd. I don't know why the date is not here, but the sun sextile Uranus, and you're going to, during Cancer season, you're going to really want to do something different. Okay. And it's going to be out of the blue. It's going to be dealing with something with organizations because Uranus is in your 11th house. So, group settings, friends, you're going to want something different. It's going to be something futuristic. Now, it's sextile. So, sextile means you have to put a little more work. It's not going to be just effortless like a trine. So, be aware of that. Lastly, towards the end of Cancer season, we have July 21st. Your sun is in the first house. Again, it's opposing Pluto. It's not opposing Pluto during the beginning of Cancer season, but towards the end, it's going to be stronger. You're going to feel it. It also is dealing with a 29th degree, and that is a Leo degree. Very dramatic. Okay. Leos are very dramatic. But try not to be too bossy or domineering in your relationships, or try not to have someone boss you. I'm thinking it's going to be you bossing someone else because you have the sun in your first house. This also could mean that you could be going through a divorce in your relationships when you have Pluto in the 7th house. There's something in your personal relationship that is transcendent. Okay. Let me pull some tarot cards for my Cancers. And we did Cancers first because it is Cancer season. No, the camera is here. This is just my notes here. Okay. So all my Cancer risings, still trying to work hard with this camera here. We have the 6 of Pentacles. This is all about being generous and giving during, you want to be open to being giving, and you want to be giving as well. Also, especially when it comes to your resources, maybe even dealing with whatever you deem as your resource. Then we have the 2 of Wands. So this is about gathering knowledge and researching something that you're passionate. And we have a very positive card here. We have the Magician. So this is someone who's manifesting. So you're going to be manifesting this Cancer season. Manifest whatever you want. Remember, God is on your side. God has given you all the tools to give you what you want. You are a manifester with the Magician. This is about taking action. And before you take action, you need to research whatever it is this season that you need to gather, research information, and be passionate about that. And then lastly, be a giver with your resources and be open to receiving. Okay. And that's what we have for our Cancer placements. See you guys next time. Oh, I'm using my mouse, but that doesn't work. Bye. Okay. Aries placements. This is for you, but now I need my water. Okay. Aries. Yeah, I know. I try to go fast. Am I going too fast? I probably talk too fast. Okay. Aries placements. Your house is in your house. Your sun is in the 4th house. So really, this is for my Aries risings. If you do not know your rising sign, I have tarot reading, but you can look at your sun too. Okay. So Aries, your sun is in the 4th house, and this is all about your home and your roots and your foundation. This is the home of Cancer. So the sun is shining bright for you. Everything in themes of Cancer season. So you really want to look at my next video, everything about Cancer, because you're dealing with that this whole season. It's about your foundation, your family, your roots, your past, your mother, children, women, femininity. All that is happening. So your focus is going to be more on your intimate life, because Cancer energy is all about internal energy, because it's such a feminine energy. Also, you could be focused on your family, your mom, and your home roots. Not only on your personal life, but also psychologically, you're dealing with some stuff. So because it's just all very internal, and really looking at how does this affect me internally. Your past may be coming back up, or you might be very nostalgia, and it's to help you deal with some psychological concerns. Psychologically, self-evaluation can be enormous in helping your personal growth during this time of year. And you may want to seek some counseling. If that's your thing, that's your judge, I would suggest doing it, because you can help heal some past traumas during this time. Now, Mercury is going to be in Conzimi with the sun June 30th. So there either is going to be a big announcement or some great news regarding the themes that we just discussed. July 1st, Sun, which is in the 4th house, is sextile Jupiter. Jupiter is all about expansion, positive, faith-based, luck. That is in your 2nd house, which is about resources. So you're probably getting some money with Jupiter in your 2nd house. Identity with communication, working well together. Oh no, that is, yes. Okay, no. Because we're dealing with the 4th house, your past, your family, your home is working really well with your resources. So maybe you're getting money with some resources. You have to work to get it though. It's there. God's like, here it is. But how are you going to get it? Because sextile is not, it's just not effortless. You have to do some work to do it. What else do we have? Happiness may, it might, you may be very optimistic with resources too, because you have that Jupiter in the 2nd house. So it's very positive. Whenever Jupiter is badly aspect, be aware that it's probably affecting your resources. Or if your resources are affected and it's what you deem as resources, check Jupiter aspects for the vibe in the sky. July 3rd, you have a full moon in Capricorn. That happens at 4:39 a.m. and your moon is in the 9th house. So it's dealing with travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, law, religion, learning, and ethics. Now, the full moon is very emotional. Okay. Anytime you see a full moon, it's emotional. At the same time, you're dealing with Capricorn energy. So it's not as emotional. So you're going to be dealing with emotions. It's going to be a little bit more practical. At the same time, it's dealing with all the things that I said earlier. That's going to help you manifest the things that you should have manifested with the new moon. Now, some people are like, I did not manifest anything during the past new moon. It doesn't matter. It happens. You don't even realize that you're doing it, but you do it. So you can unconsciously, or you are not aware of the energy in the sky. But you're probably like, ooh, I really want this, or I really want to do this. I really want to start this. That normally happens when there is a new moon. This full moon is going to help you realize, come on, these are the themes that are going to help you push that manifestation of the new moon. Okay. Now you have the new moon. When you do have a new moon, July 17th, that is when all of it will be in completion. You're going to start over. And the new moon will be starting with the themes that your sun is dealing with. So your new moon is going to be dealing with home and family and everything you focused on already with the sun. Now you have new things that you want to manifest. And it's a good time to think about long range plans for the future. And especially when it comes to your children. Could be an issue, your family, your past, all that. Okay. So let me see what else we have for you guys. Even if you want to remodel your home, that could be a thing. Or family related activities. July 21st, the sun is opposing Pluto, 29 degrees. 29 degrees is a Leo degree. So there is some drama there. Remember, do not be too domineering on the 21st, or don't let anyone boss you around. Okay. Because your sun is in the Cancer. The moon will whatever. Your sun's in Cancer. So you may find that you may face some obstacles, or you have some power struggles when it comes to your work. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the chart to see. Yes. Okay. So you may have some power struggles because you have Pluto in the 10th house, and you're probably doing a big change with your job. You're probably changing careers, changing jobs. Your reputation is changing. Something's going on. It's dealing with some limitations and some structures with authority because it's in the sign of Capricorn and it's retrograde right now. So you may face some obstacles when it comes to career, power struggles, work, marriage, divorce. Whatever it is going to cause you to be a better person. This transformation is positive, even though it may not seem like it. Let me pull some tarot cards for you guys for Cancer season. Ooh, we have abundance. Okay, so this is a very abundance when it comes to family, when it comes to love, because the cups is dealing with love and emotions. Ooh, and then right before that, we have the good luck here. So this is someone who is content with their emotions. This is someone also who it's good luck. You can make a wish. And yes, also it's all about saving the coin. Okay, so save your coin. Be very resourceful. Don't be too greedy though. With this, and lastly, let me pull one more. Aries. Ooh, we have Aquarius. And this is all about, let me see, do you have, yeah. So this is all about faith and also your hopes and dreams. This is about your future and having faith and being very positive with the faith, of course. Okay. And I'm looking at Jupiter. Let me see what your where your Uranus is. Yes, second house. Yeah, so it's all about the money. Okay, so yeah, so you have faith with your money and your resources, and you are probably saving right now. I'm hoping because you do have Jupiter in the second house. So any money you're gonna gain, you need to save. All right. I hope you guys this resonated. Please don't forget to thumbs up and like and share. See you guys next time. Bye. Okay, so now we have our Taurus rising babies. Okay, your sun is in the third house. So your attention is towards your immediate surroundings and increasing your interaction with friends and neighborhoods. Because the third house is your day-to-day activities, it's your community, it's your how you do things every day, it's your neighbors. What else? It's Mercury. Okay, so it's your data travel, your local travel is with this. How you communicate, if it's through social media, all that stuff. How you think is also dealing with that. So with the sun in his house, there is a temptation to pour out energy because you're not really listening. You're the one communicating. So be aware of that. Make sure you have clear communication of your goals because you're all really dealing with your sun, and your sun is your identity, it's your vigor, it's your life, it's your energy. So be aware of that and focus on communicating clear goals. Yeah, but it's a great time socializing with your community and your neighbors. So if you're not haven't been into your neighbors, this is a good time to get out there and be with your community. It's also a good time for study, more self-study, study for the self, not study for the world. So that is a great time. Don't leave people in the dark about yourself. Your mental process should be relatively clear with this placement. That's what I have in my notes. Okay, June 26th, Mars is in your fourth house and it squares Uranus. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, okay, it squares Uranus, and you want to be free of all restraints. And you may want to be a rebel because Uranus is all about, I don't want to follow the rules. Okay, I want to do something different. I need to think outside of the box. Pursuing home or foundation concerns unexpectedly will probably affect your ego or affect your appearance in some kind of way. June 30th, the third house, which your sun is in, is conjunct Mercury, and it's in a Kazemi, so it's in the heart of the sun. So there's some great announcements. There are positive announcements, or there is a huge announcement because the sun is beaming on the communication there. Oops. Sorry, got a child calling me. And July 30th, we have, anyway, so I was saying that the sun conjuncts Mercury, Kazemi. So there are some big announcements. So that day, you probably will be talking the most, okay? Communication, talking, all that, because it's not only is your sun in the third house, but Mercury is the ruler of the third house. And now you have Mercury in the heart of the sun. So big themes of everything that you've been dealing with this Cancer season, it's just big that day. It's really huge that day. July 3rd is a full moon in Capricorn. Very emotional, but not as emotional as like Scorpio moon. But still, there's always emotions, especially for people who are Capricorn suns. Okay. But you have our Capricorn moon. So you have the ninth house is where your full moon is, and it's dealing with travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher learning, law, and learning, ethics, and worldly things. So there's something there that's going to help wake you up to complete your new moon manifestation. Speaking of the new moon, your new moon, July 17th, will be in the third house. And it's all, again, about communications, right? This is the major theme for you in Cancer season. So I want you to be aware of that. And whatever you're learning through Cancer season, you can manifest some goals with that, with this new moon. July 21st, the sun is opposing in Pluto, and Pluto is where that full moon was, and it's 29 degrees, so there is some drama because that is a Leo degree. Don't be too domineering or controlling with this transit as a collective. Someone might be very bossy and controlling. Let it go. Okay, just let it be. Just be like, that's the vibe in the sky. I'm going to let it go. But Pluto in your ninth house is going to cause some transformation in the way you think when it comes to worldly things or philosophy or like events, religion, and law. Like maybe if you has something with law. It's changing. It's going to change the way you are. Not necessarily that you're going through something dealing with law, but you could, and it's going to be very transformative. Okay, let me pull some tarot cards for you guys. And we have a young earth sign. So you could be a young earth sign, which is Virgo, Taurus. I always have to think of the third one when I do this. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, so you could be a young earth sign, very young. Okay, so someone like teenager-ish. Or at the same time, you are just starting this earth energy, someone who is being very practical, grounded, saving money on a health journey. That is what you get. And it's very exciting because you're just starting. And so you're very innocent and you're kind of naive with it. So you're open to whatever the world has to offer for you to learn. Ooh, we have Gemini, which you are very third house energy anyway. That is the Lover's card. So this is all about the duality and twins, right? So this constant energy of being mutable and changing all the time is what you get for the Lovers. It's also about being balanced with someone or finding someone who has the same values as you. Okay. And lastly, we have the Five of Pentacles. This is an energy of thinking lack, like you don't have enough. Okay. Also, there could be some creativity, but I'm thinking more lack. Okay. So you want to think in positive. You want to think in abundance. Let me see. Jupiter is in your first house and it's all about your identity and your personality and yourself. And that's very big and expansive. So you shouldn't think in lack. But when it comes to your resources, for some reason, you're thinking in lack. I see the Mercury is in the second house and then it's touching this. So Mercury is in Gemini as I'm doing this, as I don't know, as you're watching this, but it's in Gemini and it's touching lack. So stop thinking in lack, okay? Get out of this lack mentality, think more positive. Go back to the energy of learning and starting a journey of learning and starting a journey of being healthy or starting a journey of practicing patience. All that comes with the earth energy, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, I keep using my mouse. And yes, let's do Gemini. Hunter, can you text Cash and see?
We already took care of it. Call me.
Sorry. Geminis. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Gemini risings. Okay, your sun is in the second house, and at this time, you should reflect upon your values and the things that you value. This usually is dealing with money and property, but whatever you deem as value, because you can think that books are very valuable. You can think that knowledge is very valuable. You can think that relationships are very valuable. Whatever are your values, this is the time of the year that you should be reflecting upon it during Cancer season. Examine your relationship with your resources. You can organize your finances, reassess your personal values, consolidate your possessions. At this time, you need to express yourself to material and non-material resources. So, for example, if you want to throw a party, you shouldn't think like, well, I don't have the money. You should just start a party. Okay. Things like that will be happening throughout Cancer season for you. June 30th, the second, it's going to be June 30th, not the second. June 30th, the sun is conjunct Mercury for the collective. So there is not only going to be a huge announcement for the world, something big, but then it's also some great news personally for you, or you are making an announcement. And this could be some announcement with money or great news with your resources. June 22nd, your Mars is in the third house and it's going to square Uranus. That's in your 12th. So you want to be free from all restraints because Uranus doesn't want restriction and wants freedom. It's also very humanitarian energy. So maybe secretly you are trying to work for the people, or secretly you are rebelling, but you are also, it squares your Mars, and Mars is in the thought of communicating right now. So there is some issue there, and square is always like, it's like it's not meeting halfway. It's going halfway, but you have to come the other halfway. It's very challenging and there's conflicts. So it's something really, really hard that you have to work on. But once you work on that, is going to work for you. Okay. It's almost like a life lesson. So pursuing communication or how you think, and unexpectedly, maybe some secrets will be coming up or something that was hidden because you're dealing with that 12th house and it's very unexpected. Okay. So June 30th, the second house. Oh, I said this already, so I don't know why that's on there. Let me see what else we have. Oh, July 3rd, we have the full moon in Capricorn, and it's in your 9th house, which is dealing about travel. I'm checking to see. No, it's in your 8th house. Why does it say 9th house? Look at my notes. Okay. So because your sun is in your 2nd house, making sure I'm looking. Yes. Because your sun is in your 2nd house, your full moon is in your 8th house. So it's all about secrets and your partner's resources. There's things that are like a mystery. There also deals with intimacy. All this is going to conflict with you, and there's something emotional there that's going to happen. Now, your new moon is going to, and this is going to cause you to help manifest whatever it is you try to manifest with the new moon. Now, this new moon coming up, which is July 17th, that's going to be on your 2nd house, which you've already been living through this whole Cancer season. And now is the time to come up with new goals for what you learned from the sun season. Okay. So it's all about manifesting the things that you dealt with through your 5 senses. So your finances, your resources, because Taurus energy is the 2nd house, and it's all about your senses. So it could be food, the things you touch, your music, very earthly, tactile, comforting endeavors. All that is going to be goals. Could be very financial goals too. July 22nd, your sun is opposing Pluto, and Pluto is in your 8th house. Again, there's something transcendent happening, maybe secretly, or something transcendent happening psychologically. 8th house is very psychological energy. So you are changing the way you are psychologically with this placement already. 29 degrees is a Leo degree. It's very dramatic. It deals with the heart. So it could be something that's really dealing with the heart of the matter. Also, what else do we have? And then it's opposing the sun, which is also about the heart. So yes. So, and also, as a collective, try not to be too domineering. And if someone is domineering, let it go. Okay. And that's what we have for our Geminis. And let me pull some tarot cards for you. And we have the 10 of Wands. So there's a lot of baggage that you have to carry. The journey is almost over because you're dealing with the 10. So it's ending and starting a new beginning. But this baggage is usually dealing with something that you are very passionate about, something that is dealing with creativity in some sort or spirituality. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, we have the 9 of Wands. So it's saying that you need to stay strong and you need to persevere. The person in this card is bandaged up, but they're still standing strong. So this is someone who has been hurt, but they need to persevere regardless of the situation at hand, regardless of the baggage that you are carrying. And then lastly, ooh, I love this card because it makes me think of transformation. Sorry if you heard my phone, but this is the 8 of Cups. So this is someone who walks away from things that no longer serve you. That is something you can just put on your wall and just look at that every day. Walk away from things that no longer serve you. Okay. So that is your reading for Cancer season. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and see you guys in the next video. All right. Bye. Okay. No, but they will be time stamped. No, but you will look at your rising.
Okay, that's what I've been trying to listen for.
Yeah. So okay. So Leo risings. This is for you. Let's do it. Okay. So your sun is in the 12th house. Let me look at this. Yes. Ooh, okay. So sun in the 12th house is all about, you guys, I cut and paste my notes and onto a whole nother app and it just jibber jabber shit. Anyway, but the sun in 12th house is all about secrets coming to life. Okay. Things that are hidden, it's coming to light. Also, the 12th house, and you're talking about Cancer because we're in the season of Cancer. So remember, Cancer season is all about reflective internally. Okay, so we're all dealing with feminine energy as a collective. So not only are we internally as a collective looking internally to ourselves, I was talking to my husband who is completely different from me when it comes to astrology and the thought of astrology and anything mystical or spiritual, maybe not spiritual, but anything mystical or tangible, right? And he is even internally thinking about things, just like I am internally thinking about things. And that is what we get for Cancer season as a collective. But you are double dosage, okay? Because your sun is in the 12th house for this whole Cancer season. So you are really into solitude. Also, 12th house tends to think in lack, okay? So there's a little low self-esteem with the identity when you have it in a 12th house, because the sun is all about your vigor and your energy and your identity, and it's in the 12th house of hidden things and lack of confidence. So be aware. Let me see what else. Now, on the 30th, the sun is going to conjunct Mercury, so there is going to be some good news for you. And I just want to say that this is also the end of a year for you, Leo risings, because you have the sun in the 12th house. It went through all the 12 zodiac signs. So this is like a year lesson when it comes to your identity and your ego. You have gone through all the 12 months. I shouldn't call them months, but zodiac signs, okay? And this is the last house, and you're about to start a new year. So next month, next season, Leo season, will be your birthday. Okay. You have two birthdays, but this will be your rising birthday. Okay. So you're going to start new lessons, and it's very, very positive energy next season. But this energy, this season, it's all about doing the work to prepare for next season. Okay. Again, to prepare. It's like a transformation. It's like you're a butterfly. You're going from caterpillar to butterfly. Okay. And you do this every year. Back to what I was saying. So June 30th, the sun is conjunct Mercury. So on June 30th, there is going to be not just an announcement as a collective, if we're paying attention, because some people don't watch the news. I don't. But there is going to be some great news with you. And it's dealing something with this 12th house energy, something with solitude, something with spirituality, something with the unknown, because the 12th is also things that deal with the unknown, something that's like out of this world, hence the background of space. You're in that world right now. Also dealing with the dreams and subconscious. So there could be some announcements with that. Let me see what else. You have the full moon in your 6th house, and the 6th house is, and the full moon is going to be July 3rd. And the 6th house is about your health and fitness and systems, and because it's Virgo energy. If you have pets, there's going to be something there, and it's going to conflict emotionally, because it's conflicting your sun, which is your identity, your life, your the way you are. It's conflicting during that full moon. The full moon is going to be at 4:39 a.m., just so you know. It's also a sense of usefulness. So maybe you are in solitude and you're not being of service, and you need to be of service. Whatever it is going to wake you up, because you were trying to manifest something, and it could have been an actual manifestation or a unconscious manifestation. Okay. But you manifested something, and now this is the halfway point. July 17th, the new moon, the moon cycle starts again. So everything that you've been going through in this 12th house during Cancer season is a learning experience, and now you are going to set new goals July 17th. I have a bunch of new moon videos which talks about moon rituals, but I will have a new moon video coming up with that. So if you want to know more, sorry if you hear any noise. I said earlier in the video that I'm in a living room, so people are coming in and out. Okay, so the new moon in the 12th house is a period of letting go, recharging spiritually, and charging the physical batteries. Focus now on fulfilling through service and empathy. Oh, because yes, also the 12th house is also about not being selfish. Okay, so it's you're probably helping someone out with this season, especially with Cancer. So I wonder if you're helping out a family member. Very interesting. This is a more sensitive position when you have the new moon in the 12th house, and it's best to find some sort of peace, and solitude really is important. Okay, so July 20th, that sun that's in the 12th house is trining Neptune. Very positive and very fitting, because the 12th house, Neptune is the ruler of 12th house, and whatever. Trine is naturally attracting things. It's naturally, you don't have to do any work. Okay. The God is not just showing it to you, he's giving it to you. Okay. Or whatever you believe in the universe. And Neptune is in the 8th house, and the 8th house is already about transformation. So you're transforming spiritually, and whatever it is, God has given it to you. So maybe you're having a reading and you don't even have to pay for it. Like maybe you just walked into somewhere and someone's just giving you a reading, or an angel, and it could be an angel that you don't even know is giving you something spiritually, or your intuition will be working so well with that. Okay. Also, I just want to say that the 8th house is dealing with intimacy. So there could be something there in shared finances. So maybe you were intuitively going to get some resources through a life partner. Okay. July 22nd, the sun opposes Pluto, and it's in 29 degrees, Pluto, and it is a Leo degree. It's very dramatic. It's in the heart of stuff. It wants to be on the center stage, and it's in the sign of Capricorn. I'm rolling my eyes because Leos are just, if you know a Leo, you know. Okay. But very dramatic. Okay. On the stage. And then not only is it dramatic, but then it's like, look at me, look at me. And then it's in the sign of Capricorn, and it's a sign of Capricorn. It's all about structures and limitations, and you will respect the limitations, or you will have a transformation. Okay. Now, this was interesting about you guys. Okay. This is just for you guys, special for you. Especially on this day. The sun is on your ascendant. If you see their ascendant is a S, it says Leo. And then if you look across from there, if you look at the chart, you have Pluto on that ascendant too. This means some things, okay? So I'm going to read it for you because I don't want to miss anything. Your intimate one-on-one relationships, such as marriage or other personal relationships, or your partners or your friends. This could also be your enemies, your open enemies, will greatly affect you with this transit, okay? Marriage pressures will surface, and that could indicate that you can probably have a huge change when it comes to your partners. This transit may not affect marriage itself, but something in a marriage is going to transform your life. Now, the sun conjunct your ascendant is also your second birthday, which I've discussed earlier. But when the sun is your ascendant and it's conjunct, you feel as if you received a sudden burst of energy, and you're very enthusiastic, and there's like a renewal of confidence. So this is what you're going to get going on towards Leo season, which I explained earlier. You're going to be very positive, very active. You're going to feel 100% you, because you have done the year's work. Leo risings. Also, this transit represents a new start. Okay. So it's almost like your personal New Year's. Okay. For all my Leo risings. And let me see. I'm doing tarot now. So I'm pulling some cards. I'm mixing them for my Leos. And we have the teamwork is the dream work. There's no I in team. This is about collaborating, learning from others, maybe even learning from someone who is young. Let me see. Could also dealing with the energy of networking, because you're collaborating. And we have the 2 of Cups. So could be like a love interest. You're very romantic, or you find someone that you're aligned with, or there is some balance here. Let me see what we have here. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so let me put them together. You're working as a team, and also the partnerships is, and I remember saying about the relationships, there is something there. But okay, so let me just say, when it comes to working with someone and collaborating from someone and learning from someone, and when it comes to your partnerships, you need to be the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords could be an air sign, and it's an air sign that is mid-age. Okay, so whatever you consider mid-age, it's not young, it's not a baby, it's not a toddler, it's not like the 20-year-old. No, it's a little bit older. Okay, so someone who's 30 and 40. Okay, they still have the energy, they still have the drive, but it's in the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is air sign. So you're dealing with Libra, Aquarius, and what's a third? Aries. No, that's fire. Air sign. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Sorry. Sorry, all my Geminis. I put this self pressure and it doesn't make sense because I know all the zodiac signs. But for some reason, when I have to name them, all of a sudden I'm like, I don't remember them. It's crazy how the mentality works. Anyway, but you could be one of those signs. If you are one of those signs, or if you're not, you need to embody the energy of these signs. Okay. And you need to embody them with someone who has like strong energy. And this person is also giving fast. Okay. Because the Knight of Swords is very fast. I mean, if you know someone who's an Aquarius and you see them move, it's just so fast. Gemini, so fast. Okay. There's no chill in the movement, but not only that, they're very logical thinkers. So you have to move fast, you have to be logical, you have to move like the air. Okay. Especially when it comes to your relationship. So I know it gets very emotional, but it's time to put the air energy when it comes to your one-on-one relationships. And then also when it comes to collaborating, you need to be logical, you need to be a clear communicator, because the air signs will be very clear in their communication. And that's what we have for all my Leo risings. I hope that resonated, and see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leo. No, Virgo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more people, you guys. Sorry if it's taking a long time. I'm apologizing for the people in the back, the people who are actually here. Okay, Virgo risings. This is for you. Welcome. Your sun is in 11th house. So at this time of year, your intentions is turned towards groups. You belong to formally and informally. The 11th house is about organizations, groups, networking, future, and your hopes and dream. Also technology. Friendships and other relationships are really important during this Cancer season, and it's about examining the role you play in these situations. Okay. Also, it's the best time to work and collaborate with others. Among your friends, drive to establish who you are with them and without them. Okay. Idealism is aroused at this time, but it is personal rather than abstract idealism. What your hopes and dreams are. Vocation also deals with this energy. So during Cancer season, when I say vocation, it's not like if you work at the grocery store. No, vocation is, what do you do at that grocery store? How do you make people feel? What are you meant to do in this world? That is the themes that could be happening to you with that sun, because you're also dealing with Cancer season. So it's very self-reflective. Okay. Social awareness, humanitarianism is also one of the themes that you could, all of the themes that you could be dealing with during this season in Cancer, my Virgo risings. Now, June 30th, the 11th house, you have the sun conjunct Mercury. So this could be great news coming up for you that day, or good news, or you can be making a personal announcement with that. This is going to emphasize the areas that are ruled by Mercury, because so you can look at your natal chart and see where your Virgo and Gemini is in your natal chart, and see how that affects this announcement. You are likely to be more conservative. Have more conversations with people with this energy that day too. Now, July 3rd, your full moon is going to be in the 5th house, and it's going to be in the 5th house of romance and love affairs and creativity and fertility, childlike energy, self-expressions, and could be very dramatic. Okay. Again, Leo energy. But your full moon is going to be there, and it's there to wake you up, to help you manifest the goals in your life. Now, your new moon is July 17th, and the new moon in Cancer, which will be at 11:32 a.m., is going to be in that same house that you've been shining a light on this whole Cancer season. And now it's time to manifest some new goals with these themes that I spoke of earlier, of friendships, technology, humanitarianism, thinking out of the box, your future, your hopes and dreams, or your vocation. And I hope I explained vocation enough. Vocation is not your occupation. The vocation is like, what are you meant to do in life? Okay, so like I was saying, a grocery store worker, it's not that you work at the grocery store or that you bag groceries. It's that you make people happy while bagging the groceries. Okay, so that is more the vocation, and that could be happening when you manifest that new moon. July 17th, Mercury is in the 12th house and it squares Jupiter in the 9th house. And that is in the morning. So you're really going to feel this energy. So it's like, what are you thinking about and talking about secretly? Okay. And it could be conflicting you in a huge way or something that's dealing worldwide. Are you keeping your opinions to yourself and not communicating them? And Jupiter is in the 9th house. So it's about travel and religion and worldly things and philosophy. It's really at home for you. So there is some expansion there with you've probably been traveling. Wow, with that Jupiter there. Also, but you have that, okay. Yeah, you have some unexpected things going on there too. But anyway, but back to what I was saying, it's squaring Mercury July 17th. So it's there's some challenges and conflict in communication in the way you think, in the way that you're doing your daily activities, especially in the Leo, very dramatic. So you're probably communicating in a very dramatic way. And now there's some huge conflicts going on in how you communicate. July 22nd, Sun opposes Pluto, 29 degrees in Leo. Leo is the 29, representing 29 degrees. So again, dramatic. It's the heart of the issue. You may have power struggles with others, especially people of authority that day. That is how the collective energy will feel. So if you are the authority, be aware of that. If you're not the authority, be aware of that. Just be aware. Once you are aware, you can respond accordingly. Pluto in the 5th house can have many consequences because the 5th house rules several areas of your life. It deals with recreation and amusement, literally, and recreation of the self. You may also have some dealings with children. If you have children, your relationship is going to transform in a good way, okay? Not in a bad way. You probably have some tensions with them, but it's going to transcend in a positive. This also relates to creative and self-expression and art. During this time, you may be attracted to activities that are very powerful and can help carry your life into something that's transcended. Now, it's opposing your sun that day, so be aware that it's going against, it's fighting with your identity and your energy, okay? So that is the 22nd, which also which I didn't, well, yeah, I talked about in the big reading, which you should look at, not the big reading, but the other video, that Venus will retrograde July 22nd. July 12th, I'm telling you guys, because you're here, lucky you Virgos, don't do anything makeover-ish. Like if you are going to cut your hair, wait until Venus is not in retrograde. And I say July 12th because that's when the shadow period starts. So anyone who is, if you're having a wedding, I'm not telling you not to have the wedding. I'm just saying this is going to be very interesting with Venus retrograde. Ooh, we have the 2 of Cups. This is someone who is aligned with someone who is romantic with someone. Let's see what else. And your partner. So you should be very giving and receiving, open to receive, open to giving with your partners. Let's see, or someone that you value, or you share the same values. Okay, so, and this is a major arcana card. This is the Judgment card. So, you know what? I should, but then I would forget who I did. Yeah, no. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to show me. There we go. When I do the cards. And there we have the Judgment card here. And the Judgment card is all about your calling. And God is saying it's time for you to wake up and do what your true calling is. What are you meant to do here? Let me see. Let me put them all together. So we have the 2 of Cups, which is like, I would say also the relationship with God and spirituality, because cups also represent spirituality and emotions. It could be dealing with a loved one because it's also dealing with romance. And then you have the 6 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles is someone who came from a lack mentality, and now they are like, I know how it is to not have, and now I want to give. Not only that, but you want to be open to receiving. And then here it is, God is saying there is judgment here. There is a calling that you need to wake up, and or an awakening itself. There needs to be an awakening. I wonder if it has anything to do with your Pluto and your transcendence, because Pluto is also an awakening. But there is an awakening, and there is a calling that you need to follow. Okay, I hope that resonated with you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, Okay, so we got my Libra placements. Well, not placements, Libra risings. Hello, Libra risings. I'm looking at my daughter because she is a Libra rising and she's sitting there getting her hair braided. So this is going to be about her too. Let me drink some water. Okay, so the sun is in the 10th house. And this is a time of the year when you should turn your attention to the outward aspects of your life. This is all about your career, your reputation, and your community. I'm looking at her like, oh, what's going to happen? Yes. Yeah, I know. But it's about her reputation and career. I'm saying her, but all my Libra risings. The 10th house relates to manifestation of your ego drives and your social contacts. So it's not a personal thing. It's all about your external life, which is great because now you're like, okay, what are my goals here? And let me worry about what other people think about me. And that's great energy because especially with the Cancer sun, because it's all internal anyway, so you have this great balance here. You might be an alarm light there. You might be an alarm light this season. Oh, okay, I don't know what I wrote down here. At this time you do not have super strong competent to succeed because you're also dealing with this Cancer energy, but the sun is there to say, yes, you have to work with this transit, with this placement, with dealing with your career, with dealing with your reputation, with dealing with your goals. Any type of limitations, it's like, let me move it out the door and let me move on, okay? Also, this could relate to a parent because it all could be dealing with a father figure. There's something with that too. The only red flag here with this placement is that if you have something hidden, it's going to be exposed because now your sun and your identity is in the house of reputation. The doors are open. Everyone's looking at you. You're on the stage, and whatever you are trying to keep a secret, release it, let it go, because people will find out. Okay. So that's the only really red flag with this transit, but it's very positive because you're going to get things done. June 30th, there is going to be a great announcement because you have the sun conjunct Mercury, and it's a Cazimi, so it's in the heart of the sun, same degree, and that happens at 10:06 p.m. So really the next day, if you're asleep, because you're my daughter, the next day there is going to be a good announcement that it was had at that night or done that night and you didn't know, and you're going to wake up and you're going to hear some great news, or you will have some good news. And it's dealing with your reputation, and there's clarity there. Also, July 2nd, Venus is in the 11th house and is squaring Uranus in the 8th house. So you can expect unexpected events secretly that will hinder probably your beauty or things that you were naturally drawn to, that was naturally drawn to you. There's going to be some unexpected things with that. Venus in the 11th house is a great transit, especially with group friends and activities. But there's something the whole Venus time, you're like, oh, the family is calling. The whole Venus time, you are naturally attracting things when it comes to, oh, this very you. Yes, because you are now, I'll tell her off camera, but you're naturally attracting things that's going to help your reputation and help you deal with people. This benefit is not limited to activities with friends, but also with loved ones too. Uranus in the 8th house makes me think that there are some surprises when it comes to secrets or conflicts with resources. So be aware that there are conflicts with your partner's resources. July 3rd, you have a full moon in Capricorn in your 4th house. So there's something with your homes and roots, your past, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, children, women, and femininity that's going to help you. There's going to be emotion with it, okay, but it's going to help you deal with it's halfway dealing with the manifestation that you want to have, your goal with this last season that we just came out of, Gemini season. Now the new moon, July 17th, is in Cancer, and that is on 11:32 a.m. if you want to know the time. The new moon is in the 10th house, and it's going to heighten sensitivity to your standing in society and your goals and everything that I mentioned earlier, your career goals, your personal goals, goals of self-mastery and self-discipline, all is going to be made public responsibilities. Yes, so very career driven is Cancer season. Go ahead and live in that energy. July 22nd, Pluto is in 29 degrees and it is opposing, if you see it there, in the fourth house. Okay. So not only were you dealing with that emotionally with that full moon, but here you have some struggles with people of authority, period. That is just a collective energy, especially with the Pluto and Capricorn. But you also may have some struggles with parents or home or parents, okay, with that fourth house. Okay, so let me and then Pluto too in the fourth house is you really changing yourself psychologically and dealing with some stuff from your childhood. You have that Pluto in that fourth house. It's going to be there for a minute, and your relationships with your parents are likely to change. Interessante, okay? Your home roots, all that is going to help you transform into a better you. I am shuffling some tarot cards for you guys. Hold on. Okay, let's see what we have. Ooh, it's very positive. You have the 10 of coins. So it's very abundant. There is inheritance with this energy. And we had some eighth house stuff going on. I see Jupiter in your eighth house. So there's inheritance that probably you guys are having. Wow. Also abundance when it comes to family, abundance when it comes to resources. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So you could be a fire sign. So you could be a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo, okay? And you're dealing with someone in mid-age range, and they have a lot of energy, and they're excited, very not afraid of conflict, very courageous. This is the energy that you have to get all your abundance, okay? So be very courageous, be very outspoken, have the confidence. And then we have two cards that are pulled here. We have someone who needs to stand guard, someone who needs to fight the haters, okay? Someone who just got off stage and everyone was celebrating them. Now you need to take that celebration and be like, okay, yes, I'm taking this. I deserve this award. And not only do I deserve this award, I'm fighting the haters, okay? And then also too, any ace, God is giving you an opportunity, and God is giving you an opportunity to be resourceful, to pay attention to the details, to start a new journey, and maybe even real estate, to start a new journey in being learning. And what else is very earth energy? Receiving resources. Okay, so it's very money, career driven, very resourceful energy. And then you have fire energy, which is very passionate, okay, and very confident and very bold, okay, and also dealing with creativity. So I hope that resonated for you, Libra risings, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, I keep forgetting to show the cards. Okay, I'm going to show the cards. I'm going to remember to show the cards. Hello, Scorpio risings. Welcome to your horoscopes. We're going to do tarot at the end, but your sun is in the 9th house, and during this time of year, you should attempt to broaden your horizons through study and study something new and something that's unfamiliar, maybe even experiences traveling, because this 9th house is about travel. So maybe you are going to travel or meet people who are not from your country, or people who are from different backgrounds, and you're going to basically build a new aspect of your world. This is extremely favorable time to undertake a new course of study, a new hobby, or something dealing with intellectual discipline. You can also be doing things that are different from your normal routine. This is not a time to retreat at home, because your sun is in the 9th house, and it is about being out, okay? Being outside, okay? Except if you're reading and studying about the worldly things that are not dealing with your home. Sure. It's a good time to broaden your world, because I'm thinking you may be traveling this season. Also, there is a law dealing with this transit. Although you may not be dealing with the legal case, but you may be really interested in the principle of law, or connecting it to your everyday life. Activities or businesses dealing with the law can happen. This transit also may indicate metaphysics and religion and spirituality concerns, and maybe studying that. This is also the focus of publishing. If you have a book, you're probably publishing it this season, especially if it's a book dealing with Cancer themes, and Cancer themes are like femininity. So if you're like writing a book about pregnancy, it's being published, okay? Also, you could have a great announcement June 30th. And because the sun is conjunct Mercury and it's in Kazemi, Cancer also is the mother energy. So also there could be an announcement dealing with mother energy worldwide. Okay. It's a good time to study in education. All of the themes I said earlier, your Mercury is in the 9th house with the sun. So go ahead and have clear communication and clarity with those themes. If you have a book, maybe there's going to be an announcement about that being published that day. July 3rd, you have a full moon in Capricorn. And the mind and thinking and communication, siblings, social activities, your interests, your day-to-day activities, your neighborhood, your community, and early education, maybe even writing on a one-on-one level is going to conflict with you. So here you are like, well, you said I was going to publish something, but here in this full moon, there is emotions dealing with this intimate writing or whatever, because they're very, polarizing the energy. Okay. Anytime you have the full moon, but it's going to help you complete your manifestation and your goals. July 9th, your Mercury is going to trine Neptune. Okay. And it's a great time for being creative, especially when it comes to cultural things or philosophy, all the things I said earlier, and especially things with higher resources. This is a time to be creative and to really use your intuition to create that. Because it is trining, God is giving it to you naturally. And July 17th, you have a new moon in Cancer. All the things that your sun is addressing, it's time to manifest and set some goals with that. Okay. July 22nd, which also starts Leo season. And you also have Venus going retrograde direct that day. Your sun is going to oppose Pluto. And Pluto is in 29 degrees, which is a Leo degree, but your Pluto is in the 3rd house. And the Pluto rules the energies inside that lead you to change and rejuvenate the way you do things on the daily. Okay. The way you do things, communicate, the way you think of things, the way your mind is working. Pluto is there and it's there to change things. And it's not like a dying, but there is a transformation. Okay. Oh, okay. So like your everyday contacts, your everyday communications, your everyday conversations, the way you have your tone, all that is going to change. Your immediate relatives also is dealing with that 3rd house. So I wonder if you have some relatives that you are changing out with. There is some transformation there. Okay. Also to that day, on that day particularly, be aware of power struggles. People of authority are probably going to tell you what to do and you're not going to want to hear it. Or maybe you are the authority and you don't want to hear it. Okay. We have a card. Oh, this card is popping out for, I feel like, everyone. We have, yeah, I do. Yes. Reminder to show the card actually. So let me, thank you. Here we go. This card is coming out for everyone, and this is the 6 of Pentacles, not for everyone, but for mostly everyone. And this is all about sharing your resources or being open to receiving resources, okay? With everything I just said earlier, you need to be open, Scorpio placements. Ooh, and then we have this 10 of Swords. So let me explain this card here. There is some cloud here. So that means there's cloudy judgment. The 10, yes, we'll say the 10. The 10 in numerology means that there is an end of a journey and there is a beginning, starting a new journey, because 10 is ending and beginning. Okay. So there is cloudy judgment. And when we say judgment, we have these wands here. They are stabbing you behind your back. I mean, not wands, swords. And the swords represent communication and the way you think. So it could be like, even the way you think, there is cloudy judgment and you are hurting yourself by words, or words are hurting you, or someone has used some words and they have caused some pain. I mean, it could be some physical back pain, but they are hurting you and causing you some pain. But don't worry, because this is the end of that crap. Okay. And there is some clouds there. It will dissipate. But just know that these are words, and words cannot really physically hurt you. But for some reason, they may be physically hurting you. Also, there is some water there. And the water is representing emotion. So this logic, things that should be logical, is causing you to be emotional. Lastly, for my Scorpio risings, we have the Emperor, and the Emperor is the Aries. It's the leader. It's like, let's get it started. This is the boss card. Okay. So you need to be the boss, especially when it comes to cloudy judgment and logical thinking. Someone is giving you something, you are not being logical. And you need to know that you are the boss, that you are the self-starter, that you are the daredevil. Right now, that is what your energy is giving, and you need to act like the leader that you are. Okay, Scorpio risings, I hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, so let me go back. Here we go. Perfect. Sagittarius risings. Oh, that worked out, even though I didn't remember. Sagittarius risings, welcome to your horoscopes. I'm going to do tarot at the end of this horoscope, so stay. The sun, your sun is in the 8th house, so you may feel the influence of this transit on a number of different levels. Generally, it's dealing with your psychology, okay, and your psychological health. There is going to be a change. There's going to be a transcendence. You'll notice a sense of strong psychological compulsion surfacing and perhaps leading you to understand something better psychologically. I am a Sagittarius rising. This resonates to me definitely. I know I am a tarot reader, but I've never had my tarot done. And yesterday I got my tarot reading for the first time by someone else. I just, on a side note, it is hard to do that. I don't want to look at the cards because I am translating the cards myself. So that's hard, but it was really amazing experience, and it is crazy that I've never gotten it done. I've also, okay, I was about to run an tangent about myself, but being coming from therapist world, from grad school and from the line of work that I used to do therapy. I used to have to go to therapy to be a therapist. And that was interesting because I was just in my head saying, are they using cognitive therapy? Are they using this method, whatever. Anyway, so I felt like that was happening all over again. Anyway, but the interest of really going into myself psychologically is what I'm saying. That happened, and I definitely resonate with that. You may encounter someone who will produce something psychologically for you, and that is exactly what happened yesterday. It just popped up on my screen, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this, and that may happen for you. Also, this doesn't have to deal with psychological, but my Scorpio moon always wants to go deep. This could be dealing with someone's resources. And there could be a big theme in your partner's resources, your business partner resources. Could be good or bad, but it doesn't matter. This is a season of it, and you're going to learn some life lessons with that, okay? Let me see what else. Also, there's intimacy and sex. So this could be a theme in your 8th house in the sign of Cancer, right? So the Cancer is dealing with womb and fertility. So there could be some big themes with that for you, because I just think of that with sex. Okay, that just goes hand in hand with me. June 26th, Mars is in the 9th house and it squares Uranus in the 6th house. So there is conflict with schedule, and something unexpected would throw you off in what you're trying to pursue, because Mars in the 9th house is, it's all about his goals, baby. It's like, come on, we're going to do this. And then you're dealing with that Leo energy. So you're like, okay, we're going to pursue our goals. This is going to be big, and I'm bold and brave with pursuing my goals. Hence what I'm doing with this new recording. Okay. June 30th, the 7th house is conjunct Mercury, and all the themes of that I mentioned earlier with your sun, with this Cancer season, is going to be, there's going to be a big announcement. There's going to be clarity, because you're dealing with a Cazimi. It's in the heart of the matter. So like, it could be like, if you're into a cult, there is some joint ventures there, and it's going to, you're dealing with something mysterious. It's going to be an announcement with that mysterious energy. If you're dealing with your partner's resources, there's going to be an announcement or clarity. If you're dealing with intimacy, announcement or clarity with that. July 3rd, the full moon is in Capricorn, and your full moon is going to be in the 2nd house, which is opposing that 8th house energy. So anything dealing with resources in your body and your daily routines, what you value, material possessions, your priorities. Oh, interesting. We'll see how that goes. Someone who is very into their resources. That is going to be interesting. Full moon, very emotional, not too emotional, because we're dealing with Capricorn full moon. So there will be some logic, but full moons are always emotional. New moon, it will be more emotional for Capricorn suns too. Okay. If you're a Capricorn new moon, if you're a Capricorn moon, a Capricorn sun, You're going to feel that more than anything. July 17th, we have a new moon in Cancer, and it's in the 8th house, right? So everything that we've been dealing with, I say we, Sagittarius rising, because that's me. Everything that we've been dealing with this Cancer season, now it's time to manifest the lessons and say, you know what? Now that I experience this outwardly, let me manifest some stuff inwardly so it can come out in a better way for next year or throughout the year. July 22nd, the sun opposes Pluto 29 degrees. 29 degrees is a Leo degree that's dealing with your heart. And during this next several years, values will undergo complete change. So because your Pluto is in the second house, you may be losing money, gaining money, changing the way you do money, how you get money. All that is going to change. What you value is going to change. Priorities in your habits or your job or your work ethic, your possessions, all that is going to change for the better. There is going to be a change, but it's going to change for the better. Okay, so let me do some reading, doing some tarot cards for you guys. Some cards already popped out. Oh, let me change the screen for you guys to show you the cards better. Sagittarius risings. The first card already fell out. Okay, so we have the King of Swords. Ooh, it's the king. Okay, so you are the boss. Okay, people go to you as the master of communication, the master of logical thinking, the master of clarity, and not thinking of with emotions, especially when it comes to your gifts and talents. And we were dealing with your sun. Let me see again. Your sun in the 8th house. So all the things that you're thinking about with your sun in the 8th house, there's going to be clarity and communication, and people are going to go to you for this because you are the king. So people expect leadership, energy when you deal with this. Now, also here we have the 5 of Cups. This is the 5 is also dealing with change and conflict. This is also dealing with grief, and you're looking at what you lost and not looking at what God has given you or what you have. So remember to stay positive and not think negative. Yeah, 5 is always about change. And then the Cups is dealing with emotions, right? So you're emotionally thinking about what you lost. And I talked about that Pluto in the 2nd house, but you need to remember what you have, okay? And I'm going to reflect to this video when there is a full moon and when I'm dealing with Pluto. I love this card. This is a Temperance card, and this is about moderation. So everything is in moderation. Everything. You want to have a yin and a yang in everything, and you want to have a balance. This is also Sagittarius, Jupiter energy. So it's all about having faith and being very optimistic. Sagittarius energy, and when they're in their right alignment, is very optimistic, very faith-based. So you want to have moderation. Also, when they're not in alignment, they overdo. Right. So like Sagittarius or Jupiter is, if it's in that 2nd house, is going to overeat, okay? Because they just overdo everything. However, that thought in a positive light is thinking of not just that they overdo everything, but there is enough resources for everything. So that's basically what I was saying. So this lack card here that is touching, you want to think in abundance. You want to think that God has given us abundance, but you don't want to take too much. Okay, so everything in moderation, even though you are thinking of abundance. And then also to this King of Swords, remember this when you're down. Remember to think logical. Remember to have clear communication. Remember, this King of Cups does not gossip. Okay, does not say things out of malice. This is very positive, logical king. All right, I hope that resonated with you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorn placements. This is for you. Your sun is in the 7th house. This is really for my Capricorn risings. And Capricorn risings, it just makes me think of you personally. You're probably like someone who really got their stuff together. You come off that way. Sun in the 7th house. You are more about learning yourself through intimate one-on-one encounters, because the 7th house is all about one-on-one relationships. And don't think of like, learn myself. Sometimes we have to see our eyes through someone else to really learn ourselves. So you're really going to be working with others to better yourself during Cancer season. So if you need marital advice, seek a counselor. If you need help with your money, see an accountant. You want to go to a specialist instead of just thinking of it on your own. With this Cancer season, let me see. Even if this is a relationship that if you're already married, your relationship's going to help you. The themes in your relationships are going to help you. It's really focusing on your intimate relationships and also using these relationships to help you. That is the theme for Capricorn risings during Cancer season. June 30th, the 7th house. Again, we have the sun conjunct Mercury, and there is going to be an announcement. There's going to be good news, not just for the collective, a big announcement, but for you when it comes to your intimate relationships. There's going to be real clarity when it comes to your relationships, are clear communication. July 3rd, the full moon is in Capricorn, and self-appearance and your body, your first impressions, your identity, all that's going to be affected, which causes you, and even like that ego in yourself, right? Just you being you, it's going to affect you during this full moon. Because it's opposing, I'm going like this because it's opposing at 7th house. July 10th, Mars enters Virgo. This is really interesting. So Mars enters Virgo, which I've discussed in the video before this, so go ahead and look at that. But Mars enters Virgo, and your Mars is going to be entering Virgo in the 9th house. So this can be a time when you're very creative intellectually, and you're expanding your mind, and you're really into things of worldly value, and you're pursuing things worldly. You're traveling, or you're thinking about the law. You're working with the law. Okay. Let me see. The 9th house is about law and the courts. Under certain circumstances, this transit can indicate legal difficulties. If they are serious inflictions in your 9th house, this could work out badly for you. So look at the transits of Mars, which the video I did before. Look at those days. If there anything dealing with squares or opposing Mars, just be aware of that. Okay. But if you are currently dealing with some legal issues. Now, July 17th, you have the new moon in Cancer, and it's going to be highlighting and working really well with the things you've been working on this whole Cancer season. And that is the time to manifest some goals in that department. And July 22nd, the sun is opposing. That sun in the 7th house is opposing that 1st house. Okay. We've already dealt with some stuff with that in the full moon, but you're dealing with this already because you have Pluto in that 1st house. And this is all about your identity and the way you go out in the world, and you're on a goal of self-improvement, and there is transcendence and there's transformation with that. But it's opposing the sun. So your identity is opposing your identity. So be aware of that. And when I say opposing, it's not working together. They can't see eye to eye. It's conflicting. So on 2 different pages, but there will be some life lessons with that. So let me do your tarot. And the first card we have is the 10 of coins. So there is abundance, there's inheritance with this energy. Let's see what else we have. We have, I said my favorite card, the 8 of Cups. So there is some coins, there is some inheritance, but you need to walk away from what no longer serves you. So even if you have some resources and God is giving you all these things and there's like all this abundance, it doesn't mean you need to keep it. You need to walk away if it doesn't serve you. And then we have the Page of Wands. This is someone who is very, very young, fire energy, right? And the fire energy is very passionate. You don't have to be a fire sign, but if you are a fire sign, really talking about you. But if you're not, you have to embody this energy of someone who is new and starting and young. Could be a young fire sign too. Like I'm thinking more young, like kid, right? But they are naive to the energy of spirituality, creativity, and passion, and their confidence. So they're going to ask questions on how to be confident. They're going to ask questions on what is this spiritual journey that you're going on, or learning spirituality, not learning, but doing, because the fire is all about doing, okay, and confident. But walk away from what no longer serves you and embody the fire energy of spirituality, of confidence, of being bold, of being courageous, and having passion. Okay. And that is it for you guys. Let me see. We have 2 more. Okay. Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius rising. Your sun is in the 6th house. And now it's the time to examine the problems of how you should manage your life and what duties and responsibilities that entails. The sixth house is Virgo energy, right? So it's dealing with systems, it's dealing with pets, it's dealing with being servitude to others. And now you have the focus of efficiency. Ooh, you're going to be working really hard. Okay, this is the energy of being more physical and health too, and really focusing on efficiency and details and work and just a hard worker. Okay, everyone says Beyonce is a Virgo. If you really look at all the Virgos, they are so hard. I mean, Capricorn I think is the hardest, but Virgo is really into the details and taking their time and being slow. So that's why it comes off as hard energy, because it's not that the goals are there, it's just that they're more a perfectionist, and that is the energy that you are getting for if you hear the sounds, I'm shuffling my cards, the tarot cards for your tarot reading. That's what you're getting for Cancer season, my Aquarius risings. Also, Aquarius risings, you come off real quirky, you come off very weird to people. I want you to know my son, who just made the noise, he made a noise upstairs. He's an Aquarius rising, and they come off weird. And I met another Aquarius rising. You come off weird, it's fine, because once you get past that surface, you have more depth. And I'm not saying that Aquarius don't have depth, but I'm just saying that this is what you come off to people. So I just want you to know that as an Aquarius rising, if you did not know. June 30th, the sixth house is conjunct the sun and Mercury in that house of themes that I was just explaining. And so there's going to be some announcements, or there's going to be real clarity. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So there is going to be major clarity with the details and you having a hard work. July 3rd, you have the full moon in Capricorn. That full moon is going to be opposing your sun in the 12th house. So things that are hidden, things that are secret, your karma, if you're dealing with old age, limiting beliefs, all that, the subconscious, all that is going to be affecting you. Spirituality, healing. Okay, on July 10th, Mars enters Virgo, and your Mars is going to be in the 8th house. Now, there's two ways with this. There's something transcendent that's going to happen, and you're going to have to confront it, okay? Because there's going to be a transformation. Also, with your marriage and partnerships, you could be, the two of you may disagree strongly on the management or jointly the resources. And then you're dealing with Virgo. Oh, it's going to be like, this isn't perfect. Why is it not perfect? You didn't look at the fine print. We need to look at the details. That is going to happen in that 8th house. But it's great because you will have the energy to take your time. The problems with resources on how you buy things jointly may come up with this transit. This transit stimulates sex too. Some people don't want to talk about that, but that is there with especially Mars entering there, okay? In Virgo, so you probably want to really perfect that. July 17th, new moon in Cancer, and your new moon is in the 6th house, which we discuss. So everything you learn Cancer season, it's time to manifest during that new moon and all the things that we discuss. July 22nd, the sun is opposing Pluto, and that Pluto is in that 12th house. So you are really transcending, you are getting rid of the baggage, and you're going to seek solitude more, and things that are hidden are going to come out, okay? Opposing mean that they're not agreeing that day, but Pluto is going to be there for some years, already been there for some years, so you're already dealing with that. Let's see what we have for your reading. Aquarius risings. Again, we have abundance here. Everyone's going to be making money. I would think that you need to look at this money, save this money before the downfall, okay? But the 10 of coins is an inheritance. Ooh, that also deals with 8th house energy with the Mars. Ooh, we have the Knight of Swords as well. So this inheritance is going to bring clarity. It doesn't have to be an inheritance, but the money, the abundance of family is going to bring clarity to you. And let's see what else. And the Magician. So this is manifesting. Okay, so you're going to get some money. There's going to be resources. It's kind of the end of the journey. And then you need to have clarity, and you need to put in action whatever the clarity is. Okay. So whatever you're thinking of, whatever is very logical. You need to put action in, because a magician is not just manifesting, but they're putting action in the work. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay. So lastly, we have my Pisces. Hello, Pisces rising. And as this video is ending, before it ends, I'm like, I hope my mic worked. After all that work. Anyway, hello, my Pisces rising. Your sun is in the 5th house, and the sun is the happiest in the 5th house because it is at home. The sun is the ruler of the 5th house. So it's about feeling free to express yourself during Cancer season. Your primary drive is to do what you want to do as much as possible. It's about having fun and having amusement and recreating. Therefore, you have a strong drive to get out and have a good time. Summer solstice, you probably went out with a bang. There's also a great concern with children with this transit. It doesn't mean that you may have problems with children, but you may have more emotional involvement with kids. Really, the themes of kids are really going to pop up for you this season. Ooh, especially Cancer season. Don't get so wrapped up in yourself that you are enjoying everything and you're forgetting what's really happening, because you do have that full moon coming across in opposition in that 11th house. But before the full moon, June 30th, you have the Mercury in Cazimi. It's going to be in the heart of the sun. So there's going to be announcements of everything I just mentioned earlier with the sun theme in the 5th house. Also, there's clarity with everything that I mentioned earlier. July 3rd, again, that full moon, and it's in the 11th house. And so something with groups and friends, even though you're all about yourself and you're doing you and you're having fun, something with your hopes and wishes, or something with the future or technology, or groups and friends is going to really affect you during the full moon. I know when I had my son in this house, I was really creative and I was frustrated with technology. My mic wasn't working. My camera wasn't working. I mean, I was in tears. I was buying mic after mic after mic, and then it just hit me. There was clarity that happened. So, yes. So just giving you an example of what that could look like. July 10th, Mars enters Virgo in the 6th house. And so there is health with fun now. And, but now it's turning serious because Mars has entered the sign of Virgo in the house of Virgo. Okay. So you're going to be really serious about your work. You're going to be really serious about the details. You're going to be really serious about organization and maybe having a routine. You're going to be on double duty when it comes to your health, fitness, sense of self-worth, dealing with pets and organization. You're going to be really into working really hard and getting things done. The problems with Mars in the 6th house is that you have to be of service, and Mars doesn't want to be at service. So be aware of that. It's about Virgo energy. Virgo energy is very self-sacrificing. So there, okay? So be open to that energy. We discussed the full moon. The new moon is July 17th. So everything in these themes that you're dealing with Cancer season, this is the time for you to manifest that. July 22nd, your sun is going to be opposing Pluto in 29 degrees. 29 degrees is a Leo degree, and it's very dramatic. Okay. It's very passionate. It's very, confident, and there's some boldness going on. Okay, so all that is happening, and it's opposing your sun, and your Pluto is in the 11th house, which is also dealing with the full moon energy that we discussed. And you probably had tons of things already with issues of technology or issues with everything that I discussed. You're going to do a transition with that right now. Okay. And yeah, so now let's do your tarot, Pisces risings. Also, please don't forget to look at the video before that for the collective. I also did tarot for that. And let's see what we have for my Pisces risings. I'm trying to mix these cards up really good. Ooh, we have the 9 of Cups. This also is good luck. You can make a wish. Let's see, but this is the energy of being content. really counting your blessings. It also could be materialism. Okay, and then we have the Tower card. This is a major arcana. So this is the energy of there is chaos, and it's going to be an abrupt change. And when you have that energy, you're really depending on a false structure. So something that you thought was a structure you can lean on was false. Okay, God has taken it away from you because He's like, look, why are you depending on this when you can depend on things that really matter, things that are really important? Okay, so that is what you have with the Tower card. And a major arcana means it's a major deal, it's not like a day-to-day thing. Okay, and lastly, we have you are celebrated. So whatever this abrupt change, whatever this chaos, whatever this also too with the Tower card, you want to release, you want to let it go. Okay, whatever is changing, don't hold on tight to it. It just makes it last longer. Once you do that, you're going to be celebrated. You're going to be on a stage. That Leo energy will be there, but you will be on the stage, and everyone's going to be celebrating your accomplishments. Okay. So you start off with being very content, and then there's going to be some abrupt change. And if you let go and if you release and you depend on real structures of life, then you will be on the stage and you will be celebrated. Okay. I hope that everyone got a great thing out of these horoscopes and these readings. And I'm looking not at the mic. Here is the mic. I hope it all resonated. I hope everything went well. Well, it did go well. But I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the things of YouTube. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.